Welcome back to Pac-Manufactured, a series all about Pac-Man clones. In this episode we're looking at Pako 2, developed by Victor H. Olvera and released in 1995 for DOS-enabled PCs. So this is another DOS Pac-Man clone. I wasn't familiar with this at all, and I don't know why I've chosen the sequel and not the original, but we'll probably get to that at some point. But here it is, this is Pako 2. I have mixed feelings about this one. It's doing a lot of stuff I like, but there are some key problems with it that kind of spoil it. What I like though is the fact that there are different mazes for every single stage in the game. It's always introducing new gimmicks, and it's got four-way control and basically everything you'd expect from a traditional Pac-Man game. You've got fruit pickups, you've got power pills so that you can eat the ghosts. As a result, it's quite an easy thing to enjoy on that level. You know, it's very much the Pac-Man you know and love, but with some remix stages and some new gimmicks like barricades that can kill you and traffic lights that only let you through when they're green. And yeah, it's very creative, honestly. As it goes on, it's always introducing new gimmicks and new ideas, which is always really fun and generally just makes the entire thing kind of interesting to look at because, yeah, you don't know what you're going to get next. The big issue is with character control, unfortunately. This is very unresponsive, which I was not prepared for. I was expecting something, you know, released at this time to at least run a little smoother and also be a lot more controllable. Unfortunately, you'll often feel like you're pressing directions and your character should be moving in those directions, but it takes a little longer for them to actually happen. It's very strange. It's almost like it's input lag or something like that, but I think it's just delay, unfortunately, and as a result it's quite annoying to play. It's also a very quick game, which, coupled with the fact that it doesn't run at a very high frame rate, means that it's quite difficult as a result. You'll often find that the ghosts or the monsters in this are just completely zoning in on you really, really quickly, and it's incredibly difficult to anticipate what they're going to do because they've got this sort of erratic movement, which is very strange and not particularly natural. Well, not natural for a Pac-Man game anyway. And as a result, it just makes the entire thing very difficult to enjoy. Yeah, it's a real shame. Like I say, there's some good ideas in here. I really like the fact that there's all these interesting stage gimmicks that change from stage to stage. We get new maps every time we go to a different stage, and everything is locked to one screen. You've got four-way movement. There's lots about this that I really enjoy and would make for a great Pac-Man clone, but it's just that character movement, unfortunately. It's just so unresponsive and laggy that it's very, very difficult to actually enjoy it on a base level as a result. And yeah, a game like this shouldn't be performing so slowly in 1995 of all things. This should be running at a full 60 FPS. And as a result of the FPS being so low, it adds to that unresponsiveness. It's a real shame. I really wanted to enjoy this more, but as a result, it's just so difficult to like because of all these unresponsive elements that just take the edge off the experience to a degree that it just makes it very difficult to enjoy. It's also very fast, and it's just too fast as a result. Like, it needs to introduce you to the action a lot more gently. It needs to be slower early on and then maybe build up the speed as the stages progress, just as a way to introduce a little bit more difficulty. Because as it goes, it's so quick out the bat and so uncontrollable and so unresponsive that it's just really frustrating to play as a result. Oh, it's a real shame. It's a real shame. This was so close to being something I would really get on with, because I love the fact that it's got all these new interesting maze designs and gimmicks and little hazards and stuff that are all completely unique to this. But because of how unresponsive and fast and coupled with that really bad frame rate, it just becomes something a little too frustrating to play and something I can't really recommend as a result.